think I have recovered just about enough to move on to game 2 of Taurus versus Jim. This is doubled Terran. The map is Orbital Shipyard, as you can see. We are going to have the second game of this series. If it's anything like as funny as the first, I'm going to have to call it a night and just go and stay in the dark room for a while. So, top right corner, JimOntree, the red Terran, just laying down his supply depot. Bottom left corner, we have the blue Terran. This is TaurusMimus, who put on a pretty special performance in Game 1. If you haven't checked out Game 1, go and do that immediately. Let's open the production tab in the top left. We can see that Taurus has gone for his signature gas first into double supply depot build, triple supply depot build. This shouldn't work. Jim, meanwhile, has gone for a much more traditional supply depot into barracks. Let's talk a little bit about the map. The map has a lot of wide open spaces, very good for the likes of Zerg. It has this pocket expansion out the back, so that is so easily defended. It is rude not to expand early on this map. You can build a wall here, or you can position your units here, get your expand out the back here, and that can't really be touched until somebody has air and is able to fly in. The third is also quite easily defended, has this ramp at the back with destructible debris that has to be cleared before you can come up there. Does have a fairly wide ramp here, but it's pretty easy, a couple of siege tanks there, and you're in a pretty strong defensive position. So, very quick and easy to get onto 3 bases. What are you up to, you sneaky monkey? In the last game, Taurus expanded in... Oh, Taurus, you are killing me with this build. You're absolutely killing me. So, doesn't bother with the barracks, does go for the double gas, just the one worker in each, because, yep, loads of supply depots, and then just expands in his opponent's base. Oh, Jim, are you going to spot this? I hope you do, Jim. I hope you do, for your sake. So Jim pulling a bit of cash. I'd like to see him expand much earlier in games. I've seen a few games of JimOntree's, and I'd really like him to spend that money quicker. So, you know, definitely drop a second command center very early in the game. The nature of the game changed with the Legacy of the Void patch, and it's now pretty rare not to have built an expand as, you know, either the very first thing that you build after a supply depot, or, you know, have one barracks and then an expand. It's pretty rare to wait any longer than that, to be honest. JimOntree does have this engineering bay done. Only has the one gas mining, so it's going to be a while before he can afford any upgrades. Normally, the only reason you would build an early eBay is it does give you the ability to build turrets. So if you think your opponent maybe is a sneaky Protoss that's going to come at you with an Oracle, you can put on an early engineering bay and build a turret in your mineral line to defend against that. Turrets are also detectors, so again, probably a sneaky Protoss that you think might build cloaked units and send Dark Templars into your base. Building a turret in the middle will sort that out. Yeah, other than that, no real need to have this early, because you won't have enough gas to run it. The more important upgrades are Stim and Combat Shield. Get those first. Anyway, as this game progresses, we can see that JimOntree is much busier than his opponent. His opponent is currently building nothing, literally nothing. But luckily he's already got a command. He's misrallied these workers and they're just parked between some minerals looking at what's going on. This Reaper is up into the opponent's base here, and might even get a kill, might even get a couple. Do something about that, please, because, you know, attack it with your workers if you must, but don't just stand around and get shot in the face and, you know, kill it. That's it. Yep, you've got him. And he does go down, but not without killing 4 workers, and you know that at this early stage of the game has a notable impact on your income. Oh, that's a lot of gas mining. When you only have 12 workers or something like that, losing 4 of them, that's a big deal. Taurus also with the eBay, we saw in the last game, Taurus is another player that likes his upgrades. These 3 at the bottom here, there isn't a time when you need those ever, really, to be honest. You don't need to bother with what is it's an interesting location for a factory. Most people build their command center here, Taurus. You've built yours on the other side of the map. By the looks of it, Jim still hasn't noticed. So, starports coming down for both players. The starport, of course, allows you to build medevacs, things like that. A popular unit for Terran is the Cloak Banshee. It's not something that you will build a lot of. You build one and you send it across the map. You need a tech lab on your starport to build that. This is a tech lab, so do bear in mind as Terran, you can build the tech lab on one building, research something, and once it's researched, that building can lift off and another building can land on the tech lab to research whatever goes with that building. So they you can swap the tech labs around if you like. You do need a tech lab for Banshees, as you can see the requirement there. The tech lab also allows you to research Cloak. It takes about the same time to research Cloak as it does to build a Banshee. So put a tech lab onto the starport or vice versa. Start building the Banshee and start researching Cloak at the same time. When the Banshee finishes and gets across the map, Cloak will be ready, and you can be very annoying. Banshee's one-shot workers. This Widow Mine drops are brilliant. Oh, he has found it this time, and he's going to clean it up straight away before anyone gets good money there. Burrowed Widow Mines are brilliant when you're playing against Protoss or Zerg. They're very annoying in the mineral line. They do splash damage, so they can kill a lot of workers in a single shot. Terran workers, however, can survive a Widow Mine shot. Terran worker has 45 health compared to 40 of a Protoss worker. So it takes 2 shots to kill SCVs in comparison to killing probes. So a double Widow Mine drop, you can see these are down to the 5 health, so the next shot will take them out. A double Widow Mine drop can be very effective. If you had an orbital command Taurus, you'd be able to drop a scan and you'd be able to see that and clean it up. It is a long time between shots. You can see this little timer coming down here. He is going to drop another one. Is he going to get away with this? Look, dude, there's a medevac in your base. It's just... Yep. You might wanna go and kill that. No, quick, burrow it. Shoot the widow. He's got it. He got the Widow Mine. Don't leave your Marines there. Yep, good. A common tactic, if you know that there's a Widow Mine, but you have no way of detecting it, is to roughly because it's about to time out, is simply park one unit on top of it. So park a sacrificial SCV right on top of it. It will automatically target the nearest unit. Because it does splash damage, you want it to target a single unit on its own rather than hitting a cluster of units where it can potentially kill them all. SCV over here for Taurus, he does like to spread his command centers around the map. We've seen that previously. Why bother expanding in your own natural when you can expand everywhere else? This, is in fact Jim that is researching this weapon, which I'm pretty sure that's a battlecruiser upgrade. To be honest, it's not the Yamato cannon is not a particularly useful thing. It's so slow to fire. But battlecruisers or cattle bruisers are indeed fun to see, so I don't object to somebody cranking out a fusion core and building those. The battlecruiser these days can kind of teletransport hit across the map, and that's quite a cool thing to see. It can just beam itself there. The tactical jump has a fairly long cooldown, But basically, as you can read for yourself in the bottom right there, after 4 seconds it warps to a target location. What is nice about it is you don't have to be able to have vision of the target location. You can literally, if you have a fleet of these, warp them into your opponent's mineral line and just kill stuff. Or fly in, or come out. Yeah, you really need to sort that out. 9 kills on that Widow Mine. You need to either build a Raven, which is a detector, or build a turret next to this, which would detect it as well. Either one of those will sort that out for you. Oh, that's a lot of Marines. So what do we have there? 52 Marines. That's a substantial number. No medevacs though. Jim, you need medevacs with Marines. I'm hoping you... No stim yet either. Even so though, medevacs just make all the difference to Marines. I dare say that if Jim marched across the map at this stage, he would win the game, and that would be the end of this. In the last game, Jim hung back. He had a significant advantage for a very long time. Look at the army supply here, 71 versus 30. He would literally walk up the ramp for the win. But in the last game he didn't. He hung back and he waited, and in the end, unbelievably, it didn't pan out for him. I think this time, who dropped the scan? Surely they would shoot that if he could see it. Yeah. So it must have been Jim dropping the scan, checking what his opponent's got. He is going for this, isn't he? He's brought an SCV with him. That isn't as weird as it seems. A common enough tactic with Terrans is to bring all of your SCVs and just put them in front of the Marines as a meat shield. Does mean you lose all your workers, so you are all in at that stage. But it's quite effective. If you're going to go all in, you might as well. They're both at just let's drop a Ninja Expo on the other side of the map. I don't understand. Just build it here. Just build it in your own base here. I don't know. But it looks like Jim has got the bit between his teeth and he is going for this. I like the look of you in this game, Jim. Look at your minerals here, much lower than they have been in previous games. That's not because your income is lower, that's because you're doing a much better job of turning it into units. Look at this, 5 barracks all producing stuff. He is supply blocked at present, but I really like to see that getting the style here. This is looking much better from Jim, and he should wrap this up there. Yeah, those battle cruisers almost against that many Marines. The damage output from Marines is phenomenally quick, and big units like battle cruisers, a battle cruiser obliterates a Marine when it shoots it, but it can only shoot 1 Marine at a time. This many Marines is it's just going to walk through pretty much everything. So yeah, this game's over. This is pretty much got to be GG. Yeah, admittedly, Taurus does have this mining base up here that Jim would take a while to find, but really there's no further play to be had in this game. I'm almost disappointed that it all went so unfairly, to be honest. Won't be expecting a factory there. Who knows? There's still quite a lot of game left, so maybe Taurus has got some... Oh no, it's mass supply depot. Building 6 supply depots. I don't have any buildings to build units, I don't. So why do you need all that supply? I don't know. Jim's left a few Marines behind. They're just going to guard some stuff there. But yeah, it's looking pretty painful. There's the army supply, two units. Don't know where they are. Maybe it was those Vikings. But yep, yeah, there it is. It's the Viking. Oh, yeah, don't go that way. Is he going to find the No, the factory is not. Come on, dude. Oh dear, GG. Come on. Yeah, he doesn't quite have. I fear we're about to see a command center go down here. That's a bit naughty. Generally in ladder play, when you've blatantly lost the game and you continue playing, it's kind of considered bad form. But this is very much a beginner's league, so I'll let you guys off with that sort of thing. Yeah, sometimes it's done in protest, So, you know, if somebody does a really bad cheese, if you cheese someone up with a vile rush, they, you know, will deliberately fly their command center into the corner. They know that they can't win, and they know that it's only a matter of time before you kill them, but they just do it to annoy you, so that you have to then build air to shoot down the flying command center, just as a kind of, you know, if you're going to cheese me with some all-in rush, I'm just going to that's a battle cruiser out. Always has a battle cruiser. It should make short work of that fighter. So it shoots the fighter. It's targeting factory. One's your Marines going to rescue. So yeah, it's it took them a while to find this one, but I understand this one. All we're doing now is just watching units. Yeah, that is certainly game over. So JimOntree levels it up at 1 game apiece with a much more solid build from JimOntree. As I mentioned, he never was accruing thousands of minerals. He was turning those minerals into units. With these barracks just constantly pumping out units, and that's the way to win. You know, mine minerals and gas and turn it into units as quickly as you can. Certainly at this basic level, what you build is not nearly as important as that you build. So just make sure you're building stuff, and you'll probably be all right. You know, you can get carried away. Strategies. Oh. 20 kills on that one unit. That was not the best place to mark your SCVs. And that's it. GG. Time for the decider.